This could be the best sim racing steering wheel I've ever used. It's a Moza FSR steering wheel. Absolutely no expense spared in the materials here. I mean, this thing just absolutely screams top quality. But now we're going to see what it's like to drive on. We're going to put it on the rig. And in order to do that, I need to take off the Moza KS steering wheel, which is this GT3 steering wheel here, which is a really good value steering wheel option from Moza. And now we're going to try and put... such a nice feeling when you peel this off. By the way, this video is not sponsored by Moza. It's not paid for or anything. They haven't seen this, but they did provide this steering wheel to me free of charge. So it's very, very, very important you know that. But these are my honest first impressions. So what we're going to do now is that's all lined up. Put it on. Clicked into place. Oh, and it's now lighting up on the front. Might want to come around a little bit so you can see. And the Moza Pit House software, you know, I'm always a little bit cynical about proprietary software, but the Moza Pit House software just hasn't done anything wrong for me so far. One-click activation is going to activate the steering wheel. We've got the screen here already. We're going to see what happens when we go into iRacing, by the way, in this video. And we've got some other sims as well, like ACC, F1. So that's activated. You can see here on the screen it's picked up. Just check a few of the buttons. So we're running it on a 900-degree angle. We're running at 100 force feedback on the R9 base. So you can see here that it's checking out the maps and everything. So in the Moza software, you can do various things. If I come up here, you can see we can do some different RPM, different LEDs for the RPM. The brightness, I'm just going to max it. Why not? Sometimes I think Moza leave that not quite a max for power usage settings. But I'm going to max it here. Stick modes, we've got buttons, we've got D-pads. You can see there it's like an 8-way sort of D-pad that. And the bands you can do as buttons or you can do as encoders. So much stuff you can do. Clutch bite point as well. But what we're going to do now is we're going to get into iRacing and see what we can do on the track. Right, here we go then. We're in iRacing. Going to be driving the brand new Cadillac hypercar. Oh, it feels good. I have to say, wow, it feels like a sort of one-to-one. It's so weird having the screen here as well. So I've got tyre temps on the screen. I've got my gear, which is neutral. Oh, yes. I've got my speed in kph. This is a different level, I have to say. This is the nicest steering wheel. This is the best steering wheel I've ever had for me to use on my own rig. It's just very, very, very precise. Very precise. And I do prefer the GT... Whoa, my word. Don't want to let go of it. I do prefer the GT and Formula style sizes here. Going to go up and down these things, see if they're going to be mapped. No, not mapped already, I think. So I need to go through an iRacing and map everything. We're here at Le Mans, like I said, in the Cadillac, and going around the last couple of corners before the race starts. It's just a very, very, very precise feel. I feel like I could just be in this rig all day, driving with this wheel, and being very, very, very precise. I mean, the Moza R7, sorry, the R9 I'm on here is so unbelievably precise as well. So when you combine that with this wheel, it's a pretty beastly ecosystem, I have to say. Way more sort of combinations you can do than Fanatec, way more than other wheel manufacturers. So Moza, you know, in the PC space, really a force to be reckoned with. The fact that I started this setup on a Moza R5 with the bundled pedals, the very, very, very cheap direct drive wheelbase for direct drives, and the original wheel that came with the Moza R5. And the fact that you can now mix and match everything, mix and match the pedals, mix and match the base, mix and match the wheels is insane. Right, we're going to go through the chicane here. The pace car is going to pull off, and I'm going to see what this is like to drive at Le Mans in iRacing, going down the gears. Right, let's go, let's go. The gears are just so good. I've got everything I need to on the screen here, on the wheel. Oh man, that is That is robust. I need to strap down my pedals a little bit. But that is really, really, really robust force feedback. That is crazy. And it's just so refined as well. Let's go around Tetra Rouge and see how it feels. As we've got, I think, a BMW over inside. I mean, the whole thing is basically silent as well. Going down the straight here. Depends how much full feedback you want to run. Like we saw earlier, I'm running maximum. Whoa, it's wobbly. Maybe we need to change something in the settings for this wheel wobble, because on a very narrow rim like this, the sweet spot is also very tight. So there's probably something we can do in the settings to avoid that. But my word, this is the best wheel I've ever used. And I think for sim racing, I think it's a better sim racing wheel than the BMW M4 Fanatec wheel, which is a wheel that costs, what, 3-4 times as much as this one. But this one has its own screen. I've got the timer in here. I've got my speed. Yes, you can get all this stuff on the screen as well. And I've got the Cadillac hypercar wheel on screen here in iRacing. But if you want to run without a dash, then you can basically go no HUD in this thing. So you could be very, very, very realistic. It says lap 1 P1. It might be doing the iRacing. So in iRacing, it updates the positions at the end of every lap. So if that is the case, and it's spitting out the sort of official iRacing standings, coming into Mulsanne now, and just, oh, you can just see how precise I'm able to be. This is a different level. This feels like almost like an unfair advantage compared to driving on a standard circular rim. I mean, it's just the precision you can have in the corners. We're going to come into some very difficult corners now at Le Mans. So we're going to see how we deal with that. You can see the wobble. Now remember, I'm not very good on the brakes at the moment because my brakes aren't strapped down. Wow, look at the precision you can have there. A little bit deep on the brake, snatching it on the power. Haven't mapped my look right and look left here, but of course I could map these to the joystick. So many adjustments I can make as well. Can very easily have brake bias mapped here and do different brake bias as I go into the Porsche curves. BMW inside, someone else is throwing it. These are the sort of corners where you just want to have that precision in your line. You know, I'm playing here with no sound as well, but the wheel itself is just, oh my word, just so precise. That is ridiculous. It's so precise, it almost feels like you have aim assist on or something. You can see there, just it snatched a little bit as I went in, but I was able to correct it immediately and to the exact amount required. We'll just keep going and we'll take this penalty. So if there's anything you want to see me do with the Moza FSR wheel, let me know in the comments. Crazy, crazy, crazy wheel. Best sim racing wheel I've ever used. Can't wait to drive some more with it. This is insane. You've got to check it out.